Shalom, shalom. Peace to everybody that's gonna watch this live stream. That's gonna come on the live or watch it after I save it. But it's Azrael of the Hopeful Elect coming again with another video to encourage brothers and sisters in the truth and in this walk, man. I know we need a lot of encouraging in these end times and these last days, and the trying of our faith, because it's every day, it seems like. But I just wanted to do a quick video kind of going over a few things because of some spirits that we encountered yesterday at camp, and I feel like it could be beneficial to the nation. But without any further ado, you know what I'm saying, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, honor, obeisance, and oblation to the Most High by the way of His Son, in the name of His Son, who's an instrument of salvation for the nation. And with that being said, let's get straight into it. But I want to talk about keeping your integrity. First and foremost, keeping your integrity, right? Because what is integrity? Integrity is doing something that you know is right, even though nobody's looking, even though you get tired of it, even though you don't get a gift, or you don't get any praise or any money or any benefit from it. That's what keeping your integrity is. I seen a meme, and it was this dude. He had a pitcher of water, and he was giving it to this homeless dude. They was out there in some third world country, but he was giving this pitcher of water to this homeless dude, or this homeless boy that was bloated. And you could just tell from the picture that the homeless dude didn't have nothing to give. Like, he's not going to get that water back. He's not going to get that effort back. But he still did it anyway, man. That man was keeping his integrity, even when nobody's watching, or even when you're not going to expect something. So we can get Job 27. Let me see. Job 27 and 5. Job. This is the book of Job, chapter 27 and verse 5. It says, God forbid that I should justify you till I die. I will not remove mine integrity from me. So in this truth, we got to justify the Most High, you know what I'm saying, until we die. We can't remove our integrity from us. Even like the book of 2nd Maccabees, chapter 6, the old man, they was trying to make him eat pork in front of all the people so he could be an influence on the whole nation of Israel. And they came up to him privately and was like, hey, we'll allow you to eat some of this goat. We'll allow you to eat something that's clean. Just pretend that it's pork. Just pretend that it's something abominable. They came to that man in secret, but he told them in secret, hey, look, I'm not gonna be a bad example for my nation, right? Because me and my old age, I can still get a stain on my name, and it's not you who have to answer to, it's the Most High I have to answer to, and He sees everything, right? So this is just, keep your integrity. I'm gonna read that one more time. Job 27 and 5. God forbid that I should justify you. Till I die, I will not remove mine integrity from me. So, hey, wherever we go, whether we're by ourselves, whether we're in a crowd, whether we're amongst non-believers, whether we're amongst believers, keep your integrity, man. I know for a fact, when you're in this truth, it's hard to keep doing the right thing over and over and over again, man, because we're getting persecuted at every side. We're getting tempted at every day. We getting bad news every day. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for us to look in the mirror sometimes, but hey, keep your integrity. So that leads me to this, Galatians 6 and 7. Don't stop doing what you know is right. Even if it's just getting repetitive, don't stop doing what is right just because it's getting repetitive. I know a lot of brothers say, man, I'm tired of going over these curses. I'm tired of doing that. I'm tired of. But hey, look, somewhere out there, somebody is hearing it for the first time, right? A lot of times when you go on the highways and byways, brothers and sisters, they want to look up new ways to, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of that same spiel, but you got to remember how you woke up. You know what I'm saying? If it works, it works. So you don't grow weary in well doing. Don't grow weary in going to Deuteronomy 28, showing somebody who they are. Right? A lot of times our people got to find out who they are first before they know what they're supposed to be doing. If you don't know who you are, how are you supposed to relay the message of what's going to happen in the earth and what you're supposed to be doing and who you are and the whole mix, you got to let them know. But let me read this real quick. This is Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So when you keep your integrity, guess what? You're gonna reap benefits from that. It might not be instant, it might not be gratification, but you're gonna reap benefits from your integrity. You know what I'm saying? If you doing good behind closed doors, it's gonna come back to you. If you even take it on a farming level, when you sowing actual seeds, nobody sees you out there sowing seeds. All they see is the harvest at the end of the day. When you're reaping all your corn and all your fruit, and you got cattle and all that. That's all they see. They say, "Dang, how'd you get all that? You make it look so easy." But they didn't see you out there during the harsh winters and during the rainy days and during it's 90-degree, 100-degree weather. They didn't see you out there, tilling the ground and taking care of the animals and, watering the plants. They didn't see you doing all that. But they give you the praise for what they see with their eyes. But that's just encouraging because, you keep your integrity to do all those things that's not seen. You're going to get praised at the end, right? When your fruits actually show. So it says, be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. So if you're doing stuff just for notoriety, if you only do stuff when people looking, that's corruption, right? It's going to eventually wither away. People are not going to like you no more. People is not going to listen to you because they're going to be able to see that spirit of vanity that's on you. You're not doing it for the right reasons, right? You're not going out there to highways and byways for the right reasons. You're not wearing your fringes for the right reasons. You're not, getting baptized for the right reasons. You're not doing, keeping a dietary law for the right reasons. You're not fasting for the right reasons. A lot of times we get in this truth and we see the benefits of it in a fleshly way. Like, okay, if I fast, I'm going to lose weight. All right, if I get baptized, people are going to think that I'm holy. If I go out there on the highways and byways, people are going to think that I'm a good teacher and look up to me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people do these things in their flesh. They don't do it in the spirit. They don't do it for what they're supposed to be doing it for, right? They're not doing it to keep their integrity and reap the harvest at the end. They're doing it for themselves. All right, verse 9. And let us not be weary in well-doing. This is the point. Don't grow weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. If you keep your integrity, if you do everything like you're supposed to be doing, whether people are looking or not, right? We was talking yesterday and we was like, man, from the outside looking in, if there's people out there trying to critique, there's always people trying to critique. From the outside looking in, for example, if you take my congregation or camp, for example, we're small, but if somebody were to critique us and be like, man, they don't upload videos every Shabbat on the street. They don't go out there every, from the outside looking in, but we don't have to record to show that we're doing the work, because we're not doing it for the views. We're not doing it for the likes. We're doing it for the actual lost souls. You know what I'm saying? It's the sick that need a doctor. So, when we're reaping those things, in secret, we're keeping our integrity. We'll get the praise from that, in the kingdom. Even if we don't get the praise from it, from man or on this earth, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get the praise from the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because we got that plow moving, and we're still gathering this fellowship. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what we may see, right? And that's why a lot of us, we don't judge correctly. We don't judge righteous judgment, right? Because we're all judging in the flesh, because all we see is the flesh, thanks to social media, thanks to popularity, thanks for certain type of influences and stuff of that nature. But I'm gonna read this one more time. It says Galatians 6 and 9, let us not be weary in well doing. So hey, even though it gets repetitive, even though, it's another week, dang, the brother put another fast in the group chat, dang, it's another week I gotta go out here and try to teach people, dang, it's another week where I gotta keep these commandments in my land of captivity. Hey, don't grow weary in well doing. It's well doing. That means it's good. You should be always amped to do well. And you should be wanting to teach other people to do well. Don't be weary that you have to keep going over the same stuff with your mom that just can't get it, or your dad that just can't get it. You're keeping your integrity when you keep doing that. The well doing, when you keep doing that, you're keeping your integrity. For in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So if you don't give up, if you keep your integrity, guess what? You're gonna reap at the end. Let me go to 1 Chronicles 9. 1 Chronicles chapter 9 and 25. Or 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and 25. Salakia. 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 25. And it reads, "And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible crown." Right? So let me break that down. It says, "And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things." So that's what we're doing. We're striving for a mastery. We're striving for a master's. The real master's degree that counts is from the Most High, is that kingdom, that salvation. We're striving for the mastery, right? But let's keep reading. Now they do it. Who is they? They is the people that do it in their flesh. They is the people that do it for recognition. They is the people of the world that do it for the clout, for the likes, for the promotions, for the influence, right? Those are those people that, go ahead and like it for the algorithm and all that. Who cares about the algorithm? Whoever's supposed to see it is going to see it. No matter, hey, look, there's no device of Satan that's going to stop the word. Acts 5 and 39. If it be of God, it can't be overthrown, right? We don't need to constantly badger for likes and badger for comments and badger for this and that and, come out to this. And, hey, if people going to come, they going to come. You know what I'm saying? If they not, they not. Man's goings are of the Lord. But it says every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. What does it mean, be temperate in all things? That means you're aware of all things, right? Meaning even if you're in the world and you're striving for masteries, for like a master's degree, or you're striving for a promotion, or you're striving for a relationship, like you're gonna be aware of all things. You're gonna be on your A game, right? You're gonna study. Even if you're gonna take a girl on her first date, you're gonna make sure you got gum so your breath don't stink, right? You're gonna make sure you got cologne. You're gonna make sure you got money. You know what I'm saying? Even in school, you're gonna make sure you're studying, you passing your tests, your quizzes, you're going to your professor's room. You're gonna be temperate in all things, right? Meaning you're gonna be level-headed as well. So that's in the truth and outside the truth. When you striving for a mastery, you got something in common. You're gonna be aware, right? Temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but these people in the world, they do it for notoriety. They do it for something that's gonna pass away eventually when they die. They're doing it for something that when old age comes, like I seen a meme that's going around of the Kardashians. Man, when they get old, nobody's gonna care about them witches no more. You know what I'm saying? They're doing it for right now. You know what I'm saying? But when they get old, that stuff is corruptible. It's going to fade away. They're doing the stuff for the flesh. A lot of people in the world and in the truth is doing that in the flesh, right? They do it for a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. So when you see us doing the work, when you see us doing stuff in spirit and in truth, we're doing it for the incorruptible crown, which is why it doesn't matter who's looking and who's not. This is why we have to not grow weary in doing well. Because it's not about how we're feeling right now. It's about what's coming to us, right? And we're not in the land of our rest, so we're always constantly working. We're constantly working, right? Don't grow weary in well doing. Just bring out an example from camp yesterday. We talked to a lot of spirits, but one spirit that happened was this woman, right? And she was with a group of women. And she stayed back to listen, and the other ones left her, man. They left her behind, but she stayed back, and she was learning. She was getting edified. She was like, "Wow, I've never heard this before." She really felt like it was, in her spirit. Her spirit was connecting with this. You know what I'm saying? She was like, "Man, they don't teach this in churches. They don't blah blah blah. This feels like the truth, blah blah blah." So one of the other ladies came back. She was kind of tipsy. I guess they was going to a restaurant or whatever. She came back. And she tried to pull her away, man. And, we had Satan cometh immediately pulled up. But I told the brother to hold off on it. We don't want to make a scene right now. It was my discernment to not go there right there. But she came back and she was like, "You don't know these men, blah, blah, blah. We're trying to eat. We're trying to celebrate so-and-so's graduation. You need to be here, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z." So she was like, "No, I'm fine. I'm listening to the brothers. They have good spirits, blah, blah. You don't know these men, blah, blah, blah." Right? But she didn't grow weary in well doing. She didn't let Satan come and take away the word from her. Right? That went on for about 20 minutes. And she eventually, the other lady called her fiance because apparently those group of women were her fiance's family. right? And they was like, your wife is blah, 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 X, Y, and Z. So they called her fiance came down there, and we was explaining to him like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't trying to be disrespectful or nothing, but, you know, your aunt, I guess, came up and she just kind of caused some commotion. And he was like, I understand there's no disrespect, but, you know, it's not about her. It's not about my fiance. It's about my family. She's supposed to be making a good impression, right? But what the Lord say? The Lord said, hey, keep your integrity, even when it comes to your family, even when it comes to your friends. And that's what that girl, the sister was doing, right? And she's, that man, right? I pray that he come into the truth. I pray that, you know what I'm saying, he wakes up too. But that was kind of selfish of him to say, hey, screw your salvation. You're supposed to be making an impression on my family, right? But I'm gonna read this real quick. I'm gonna read this. Where I want to go. I'm gonna read this real quick. All right, this is Luke chapter 14 and verse 26. If any man or woman come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sister, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. So she wanted to be a disciple of the Most High, right? She wanted to follow the Most High God and Christ. And she witnessed, she said out her mouth, it's just Satan coming to take the word from me. You know what I'm saying? She understood what was going on spiritually. She understood there was spirits influencing her family and her fiance. You know what I'm saying? But she stood. She didn't grow weary in well doing. She sat right there on that bench until the sun went down and listened to us speak. You know what I'm saying? And that's because, you know, she understood Galatians 6 and 7. Don't grow weary in well doing. Meaning, hey, look, it's going to be a lot of things to make you grow weary in this truth. Family members, it's going to be a lot of arguments to make you grow weary, to make you just want to give up and be like, it's not that serious. I don't have to do that. I don't have to wear my fringes. I don't have to fast. I don't have to pray. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that no more. Even though the book says forever, all generations, right? We'll read it in plain sight and honor him with our lips, but our hearts, our actions are far from him. You know what I'm saying? But she understood, hey, look, this is my salvation on the line. She said, I'm ready to hate my father. I'm ready to hate my mother, my wife, my husband. She said she was ready for that, for the truth. And so we pray that the Most High bless that sister, you know what I'm saying? And lead her and guide her in the direct way. Let me go to Matthew 10. Matthew chapter 10 and verse. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34. This is Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Meaning what? He didn't come to unite families together. He didn't come so that you could feel, you know, the love between your mom and your dad and come into the truth together. He didn't come for that. He came to bring division. That's what a sword is for. He said, verse 35, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father. When this happens in your life, know that you're living in Bible prophecy. Know that you're actually living this word and that it's actually coming to pass. That alone should make you keep your integrity. That alone should give you confirmation that this book is true and that you don't need to go grow weary in your well-doing, right? I come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, right? You're gonna, hey, look, your family, your extended family, your twice removed family, it doesn't matter. You're going to come into disagreements with people, right? And it's going to make you weary. But that's why he encourages you not to grow weary in your well-doing. Don't stop the dietary law for nobody. Don't stop keeping the Sabbath holy for nobody, right? That's the Lord's day. You got all this time in the world, but this day right here is for the Lord. The Sabbath day is for the Lord. That's the least you can do, right? So don't grow weary in well-doing. Let me keep reading. And a man's foe shall be they of his own household. So guess what? When your friends, your family, when your cousins, your wife, your husband, when all of them, all hell's breaking loose in every relationship, know that you're living in Bible prophecy. Keep your integrity, right? Keep sowing seeds though. You know what I'm saying? Some seeds is going to fall, you know, by the wayside. Some are going to fall on fertile ground. Some going to fall in the cracks. But your job is, hey, look, keep spreading them seeds. You know what I'm saying? Keep spreading them seeds. because you're going to reap the harvest if you faint not. Nobody sees what a gardener does, right? A lot of us have older grandparents and stuff that garden. Nobody knows that they garden until you come to their house. You don't know that they garden. You don't see you don't see them waking up early in the morning and going to water the plants and stuff like that, right? Nobody sees what we're doing, but the Most High does. And the Most High is going to honor us, and he's going to give us what we need. Meat that's fit for us. He's not going to give us what we want, but he's going to give us what we need if we faint not, right? Let me go to 2 Timothy 2 and 5. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 5. And if a man also strive for the masteries, yet he is not crowned, except he strive lawfully. So, hey, look, a lot of these people that's striving for these masteries, for influence, for power, right? Even if they get it in this world, understand that they didn't get no crown. They got a corruptible crown that's going to fade away, but they didn't get the actual crown because it wasn't lawfully. You getting money fast and you didn't get it lawfully, you scamming people, guess what? You didn't strive for the mastery like you're supposed to. You're supposed to keep your integrity even in your land of captivity. You're supposed to keep your integrity even though you're being oppressed. You're supposed to keep your integrity even though your relationship is falling apart, right? Do everything decent and in order. Keep open lines of open communication, man. Don't be witty with your words to swindle people. Don't lie. If you want something, do it lawfully. And if you don't get it, hey, so be it. It wasn't meant for you. But you strive for that mastery lawfully. That's the only way it counts, right? When you want something, you do it lawfully. You want that job, don't lie. And look, if they're going to give it to you, they're going to give it to you. It says, be wise as serpents, harmless as doves, right? But what's our wisdom? Our wisdom in these law, statutes, and commandments, we got to walk in that order. And if they accept you, they accept you. If they don't, they don't. If the Most High wants you to be oppressed, he wants you to be persecuted. He wants you to be oppressed and persecuted, right? And that's why he said in Matthew 5 and 10, this is the book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 10. It says, blessed are they that are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Keep your integrity. Job, right? He kept his integrity. He was persecuted and he kept his integrity. And he was blessed because of it. You gotta look at your blessing, man. When you're going through persecution, right, you gotta look at your blessing at the end of the tunnel. You got to look at your blessing at the end of the fight, your blessing. And even if you got to say to yourself, even my blessing doesn't come in this earth, right? Like they asked Jacob before he died, they asked Jacob, how have you lived so long? What's the secrets? Or how's your life been? What's your dying words? This man Jacob said, hey, look, my days have been long and evil. Or he said short and evil, right? Meaning, hey, look, life is not going to be all peaches and cream. It wasn't even like that for our forefathers. Our forefathers was in captivity, right? But you pray for that spirit of excellence and that spirit of favor. And, you know what I'm saying, hopefully the Most High has mercy on us and he gives it to us like he did with David or Daniel or 3 Hebrew boys in their captivities, right? But Matthew 5 and 10 said, blessed are the Salakia. 9 and 10, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And what does it look like to be persecuted for righteousness' sake, right? What are the righteous acts that you're doing that get you persecuted? Let's go up to verse 7. Blessed are the merciful, for they obtain mercy. So sometimes when you're merciful to somebody, you get spit in the face. Sometimes when you're merciful to somebody, right, you get done wrong. They call you green. You get scammed, right? And that caused you to be persecuted even though you was doing something righteous. What's another way you can be persecuted for righteousness' sake? Verse 8, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. So sometimes when you're pure, right, when you're waiting for marriage, sometimes when you're pure, when you're not when you're not destroying your temple with tattoos and defiling it with homosexuality, and when you're not you know what I'm saying, getting drunk 24/7, you're not getting high 24/7, right? You're not taking shrooms and all this other madness, right? When you're trying to be pure, you're going to be persecuted for that too. People going to call you lame. People going to say you're over righteous. People going to say that, you know what I'm saying, you're not fun to be around. People going to say, well, you think you're perfect. So you're going to be persecuted, right? That's another way you be persecuted for righteousness' sake. What's another way you can be persecuted for righteousness' sake? Verse 9, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God, right? when I was in a fraternity, right? I was in a rough fraternity. I'm just going to say it. I was in Omega Psi Phi. I was in a physical fraternity. But I'm a peacemaker at heart. My parents, I don't know if they raised me like that, but that's just how I was. That's how I was brought up. And I was a peacemaker. You know what I'm saying? And I was persecuted for being a peacemaker. But a lot of the old heads that got wisdom through their younger years, they would say, hey, look, y'all need a peacemaker, because everybody can't be a hothead. But guess what? You're going to be persecuted for being a peacemaker sometime, right? Even in the truth, you're going to be persecuted for being a peacemaker between camps and congregation, and between somebody's views and somebody else's views. You're going to be persecuted for it. People going to be like, nah, you're being too accepting. You're being X, Y, and Z. You're being too understanding. No, it's not being too understanding, but if you're going to be a peacemaker, you have to reason with people. You have to hear both sides out, come to a conclusion, so that there's no contention between people. And sometimes you're going to be persecuted for being a peacemaker, breaking up fights. You're going to be a peacemaker. You're going to be persecuted for being a peacemaker, right? For making somebody else smile that this person doesn't like. You're going to be persecuted for that, right? Blessed are the days that are persecuted for righteousness' sake. But you got to keep your integrity, like Job said. Like Job said, until he died, I will keep my integrity, right? Even when people aren't looking. Don't stop giving to the homeless. Don't stop giving people rides. Don't stop asking people what they need. Don't stop doing the small things behind closed doors that never get seen. A lot of us also, I try to go through the spirit whenever I want to give money to somebody. When I see him that's homeless on the road, because not everybody homeless. Some people is scamming you, but blessed are those that are persecuted for righteousness' sake. But the other day, it was compelled on me in my heart when I passed this one woman, and I had about $5 or $6 in my pocket in cash, and she had a sign that said she was hungry and homeless. I drove past, and it was just on my heart heavy, man. I had to back up my car and give her the money. A lot of us, we grow weary in well-doing. We think it's too much work. Somebody is standing out there all day, 24/7, dirty clothes, that's work to do that now. And it's too hard for us to back up, put our car in reverse, and give them some money, right? A couple of seconds out of our day. Don't grow weary in well-doing, man. Don't grow weary in well-doing and teaching this truth. Don't grow weary in well-doing and doing the right thing. Don't grow really weary in well-doing and being pure, being a peacemaker, being gentle, being kind. Don't grow weary in well-doing and rebuking our brothers and sisters, right? We rebuked this sister that was in a sorority yesterday, and she said, I don't have no problem with y'all. Whether I come out or come in, I could tell you guys are genuine, and I could tell y'all it's something in y'all that wants me. There's something in y'all that y'all want me to better my life. So I gotta take heed. Malicious or it wasn't malicious or anything like that, but she understood that it was a heart thing that we was doing. We wasn't trying to bash her. We was trying to pull her out of darkness into the light, and she could see that. You know what I'm saying? Let me get Colossians 3:23. Let me see. Colossians 3:23. This is the book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 23. And it reads, "And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men." So how you treat your wife, how you treat your husband, right? Hey, look, everybody always say, hey, the wife is supposed to treat her husband like Christ. This verse right here, Colossians 3:23, says for everybody. It says, whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men, right? Whatever you're doing, don't think you're doing it for the gratification. Don't think you're doing it. A lot of times, it's so hard to get away from vanity. You can't even have charity without vanity no more, right? Because everybody does it to make themselves feel good. But you shouldn't be looking at that person in the flesh. When you look at somebody, you should be looking at them as the Lord. It says, be aware, because some entertain strangers unaware, paraphrasing. But when it says I'm going to read it one more time. I'm getting kind of chopped up in my words. Colossians 3:23. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men. So whatever you do, man, make sure you're doing it for the Lord. And that's how you're going to always keep your integrity. That's how you're always going to keep on the straight and narrow and not faint, because you're going to have the Lord in mind when you giving that money. You're going to have the Lord in mind when you opening your house for somebody. You're going to have the Lord in mind when you giving a ride to somebody. You're going to have the Lord in mind when you're being peaceable. You're going to have the Lord in mind when you're being respectable. When you're going to have the Lord in mind when you're not scamming somebody, when you're not lying, when you're not swindling somebody. You're going to have the Lord in mind, right? And so that's, that's a big key in keeping your integrity. I'm going to read that one more time and close it out. Colossians 3:23. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Christ. Right? We do everything for him. That would be like if a king said, hey, I want you to go and give all my people, give all my subjects $100, right? When you give that $100 out, you're not doing it for you. You are serving for your Lord. And that's what we're doing, man. The Lord is telling us to bless the homeless, to bless the people in prison, to bless the widows, to bless the fatherless, the homeless. And spiritually, our people are all homeless. They don't have a home to go to, which is Zion, Jerusalem. They don't have a father. They don't know that they're children of the Most High God, right? They're fatherless. They don't have a husband, right? They're not married to Christ, right? Spiritually. So guess what? We gotta do the work, man, and keep our integrity. But with that, I'm gonna say Shalom. Hope everybody has a good rest of their day, and hope everybody's week goes smoothly. And if it doesn't, endure to the end. So Shalom.